they like the project and they share it, and eventually you'll have a much stronger community, because they all were kind of brought in by somebody else that was brought in by somebody else, and instead of it being just broadcasted to you by crypto banter, which granted obviously that would help, but how strong would the community be if crypto banter just decides to go bearish for some reason? So instead of attaching yourself to any one influencer, obviously it'd be great if they said something, but then what if this the opposite happens? So you're kind of separating yourself from that. And no matter what anybody says, your community is not lying in the hands of somebody else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be a bit of a slower march. It's a marathon approach, but we're bringing the right kind of eyes day by day that see our vision. And we're just not interested in pumping and dumping a chart. This is a concept that we can take for a long time, and I don't believe that pumping and dumping a chart is something that is healthy for the long term growth of a project.
Well, the thing is, you can eventually, people don't realize, like, I mean, I'm sure when you're a team and it's your own bags and stuff like that, for the long term, if you grow the company, you can go ahead and scalp once it hits 5 million, maybe you make yourself 100K, 200K. But if you let it grow to the hundreds of millions, the billions, then you can treat it as a piggy bank for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, they don't think about the long term. They just trying to get the money now. But, and that can be done and people do it every day. But great things are built over a long period of time. Rome wasn't built in a day. We all know the saying, right? So if you want something
100%.
quality, if you want something, of substance, if you want something, what you're looking to do, you're doing it the right way. You could say, hey, I don't know, to somebody and pay for whatever. And I'm not opposed to paid marketing in a tasteful way, but in general, if you have enough community, I don't know how many's in your Telegram right now.
About 1,800.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's great. You're on a great start. So for 22 days, 1,800, I can see this growing very quickly. And I'll be
Yeah,
covering you guys more too. So whatever that'll
and
help,
there's little lull, of course, from time to time, but for the most part, like the activity in there just never stops, and there's always some kind of discussion. I mean, yesterday we had our voice chat open for I think like 8 hours, and there was people just coming and going all day long, and just having discussions about everything, project related and not. But we kind of like similar to what you've done. We've kind of done the same thing over there, and like fostered a place where people are comfortable hanging out and having discussions, because there's just not a bunch of trash in the middle, just kind of ruining the flow of it.
absolutely. I
And
do
that's
want to
why I
ask
say, like,
you,
I have my core community and I have my core contributors that I need already to push this thing. I welcome any more to always join us, and that's going to be great. But I'm just saying, like, I have what I need to take this thing all the way already.
absolutely. I see that, and I think you guys probably will do well. I think that this is kind of more of a community. I see this being a community token just because of the meme-ish aspect of it. And that actually can benefit you much more than just saying, oh, we're a Solana utility token, right? So you kind of get both best of both worlds. You got the meme coin community and then the utility community brought together. And those are two good teams to have together. There is something I want
Exactly.
to ask you
Sure.
offline. So after this, I do want to
Okay.
give you a call. I just don't want to forget. So I wanted to mention that to you.
Okay.
Um,
Sounds good, brother. I've taken a lot of your time and your community's time today, so I'm happy to
uh,
keep answering questions as long as you'd like. But
yeah, and it doesn't matter if anybody has any. If not, we can wrap it up. Let me know. Chime in.
I
yeah.
have a question.
What's up, Glossy?
Are you gonna, for example, I've seen a lot of projects like, for example, a lot of memes where they get to the billions, and I was wondering, are you guys, it's in the future works to expand your liquidity to other chains, perhaps ETH in the future, or perhaps, I don't know, for saying BNB or something like that? Or are you guys just planning to stay fully, you guys plan to keep your liquidity fully on Solana?
I would say the token itself will always be a Solana native token, but down the road, once like the market cap and the liquidity pools in a like healthy enough place, I absolutely would be interested in like opening up some wormholes and creating some cross-chain liquidity pools. I'm a big cross-chain guy. I use bridges almost every single day, constantly moving money around to different networks. So yeah, that's something that's I'm keeping an open mind to. Absolutely.
Very cool. Nice question. Nice question.
For
Yeah, that
sure.
would be cool to see cross-chain compatibility, interoperability with you guys down the road. But, one step at a time. Let's just get Solana
Yeah,
under wraps and then,
exactly. Focus on making one skew as great as we can is our number one focus.
well, one thing is, when you're doing something like this, there are doors that open that you don't expect, right? Things will pop up, opportunities will pop up, things will happen that you're like, oh, okay, we can do that. Like, that's cool. We didn't think about that. Or somebody comes to you with an offer that you weren't expecting, or some project
Yeah.
that is a hidden gem that you guys can put on your platform and you were the first ones to even make public. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of stuff that
Well,
will
we're
come.
getting ready to release our light paper, and we call it a light paper because in my experience through crypto, when I look for a white paper, I think of like a very highly detailed and technical document that's probably going to take me a couple hours to like comb through and maybe have to read a few times to like understand all the math and concepts. Our light paper is going to be much more in line with what you'll see from most projects, calling it a white paper. It's gonna be more visual based and kind of like a roadmap of what we're looking at in the future. Right now, it's in team review, and we're getting ready to release that to the public. But
Very cool.
yeah, we definitely are like have a vision and are trying to like map this out and lay it out. My point to that is we didn't rush into like releasing that right away simply because of like all the conversations we've been having for the last 3 weeks. It's changed the scope of the project and modified the direction that we're looking at a little bit, and there's new ideas flowing in every single day. So we didn't want to rush into like committing to like one thing too quickly and then have to release an update 3 days later with something that we didn't think about. We're pretty sound and confident in what we have like mapped out at this point, and that'll give like a real good idea. Kind of just doing a better job of laying out a lot of the information I told you in this AMA in a more like easily digestible format.
I do have one suggestion. You can take it or leave it. I think it would be kind of cool. Just little
Yeah,
animation for the browser site. If you had like penguins just kind of walking around the
yeah.
back, you know what I mean?
So
Just like
two
either
things
that
on
or
the
throwing
background.
snowballs at each other, or even if you could throw snowballs at penguins just right from the browser. I don't know. That would be cool. Something like
That's definitely a cute
interactive.
idea.
Yeah.
What we're thinking with the backgrounds is, we either want to let you guys like customize them yourself, like you would a normal desktop background, or we do have the opportunity to like preload it with let's say like 20 different ones, and that does give us like another opportunity for like advertising potential. Like we can do like
Yeah.
a super bitchin' cool background, but it's sponsored by Soul Sniffer or
Some,
something, and it has their logo
yeah.
in the corner. You know
Or
what
a
I mean? It's done
token maybe or
tastefully,
something. Yeah.
and yeah, exactly. you know,
Because like a token might, if it's a meme coin or something, it might have like some type of, animation. You know how they have their different type of,
exactly.
memes and animation stuff. So you could have it built like your browser could be like that for however long, or you can choose
Yep,
it for
yep.
something
So
else.
that's the realm we're thinking with that. Like again, there's just like endless possibilities for like
Hmm.
where we could take this thing and turn it into this like awesome machine. You know what I mean? So these are the
100%.
kinds of discussions that we're having all day long in our Telegram, and I really hope to see more of you guys join up and take place in those discussions with us because you guys are definitely a sharp community.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Wasn't done by
What,
me, that's for sure. They all just came over here. What were you gonna say,
one thing
Maddie?
I was thinking of, yeah, sorry, mate. One thing I was thinking of is, how it's sort of like kind of like how a VM works, where you have your main operating system, then within that you have an operating system running within some software. Well, I was thinking maybe if you set up like an application within there to be able to buy coins and whatnot, so that if you got a virus on when you were trading, say if you got a virus, it wouldn't spread to your operating system that you're using for trading. So in a way, you could use the coin to be like a secure way of buying coins, if that makes any sense. I don't know if
Hold on,
I've
run that back
explained.
again. I'm trying to one more
So
time.
basically, so basically, like for me, when I'm working with computers, we run virtual machines, which the virtual machines are basically that it's an operating system running within your main operating system. So say turn my Windows computer on, I run some software called virtual machine or whatever, and you go inside it and you've got Windows running on there. So it looks like it's a computer within a
Oh
computer.
wow.
So
Yeah, like a virtual machine
yeah,
essentially.
it is. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
VM. So
It's like a
if like
mask
with
over it.
yeah, it is. So I was thinking maybe you could use your coin as like a secure way of buying coins. So say if you felt uncomfortable with buying crypto on your main machine, you could perhaps have a VM on your coin, which you could use
On your
to
site, on their
buy
site, you mean?
coins. Yeah, on their site. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like it's a way of attracting people, because I know that you've partnered with Sol VPN, which you could somehow maybe integrate it with them. So people who are in the US, for example, who have trouble buying
Ooh.
Casper, you could
Well,
use
how
yours.
would
Yeah.
that work though? Like, could you use a VPN on their browser and it still not show your IPS? I think that would still show. What
We'd
do
have
you
to do
think?
some testing,
Uh,
and we're still testing like Sol VPN integration and stuff like that, and seeing exactly how it works with our platform. But I love that idea for sure. The idea of being able to like for me, for example, I back years ago upgraded to Windows Pro specifically because it has a built-in VM software that works really well. But if we could create that kind of capability for people to not need to do something like that and have like a really solid VM, that is a great idea for sure. I use it all the time. I've been using it a lot lately with kind of spearheading this project. I'm receiving lots of filtering through all the promotion requests and integration requests, and there's a lot of scams and stuff that people are sending me trying to drain me, right? So I'm opening pretty much every single one of these links in a VM, so that there's no chance that like some kind of crazy shell or script runs that does who knows what. So great idea, man, for sure. I love it.
The reason I was thinking of it is because I know I hold my ZF coins on MetaMask, and I absolutely detest the wallet because I don't know why, but I've been on that much dodgy things on my computer that I don't know what the hell's on there. Even though I've ran antivirus scans and I know it's clean, I still hate. There's a part of me that thinks I'm going to click on my wallet on MetaMask one day and look and just see it drained. So it's like things like that where I know it's secure, where I know it's not being tampered with by any crappy software in the background, I'd feel more comfortable, with something like that. So I don't know, just an idea.
No, that was a great idea, man, for sure. I'm
If
gonna
that
write
is
that down.
something you can do, imagine the amount of users that you would get, like once the word spreads that you can, like a US citizen could create an account on Mexi through your
Yeah, we
I don't
definitely
know.
would have to be careful about how we frame that. You know what I mean? It might have to be a little less direct about it.
Hey, soul spend as well. Cashing out
Yeah.
on KYC.
Well, all
Yep,
you have
for
to
sure.
do, you don't have to say anything. Just put Mexi on there, put whatever sites exchanges you want on there, all of them. Just put them all. No, you have to say shit. And put the VPN option, And if it works and that is able to change, the IP address for that user, dude, people will find out and use it. No, word of mouth. You don't have to say anything.
Right. Yeah, that made me a lot more interested. I was already like kind of interested in the Sol VPN thing, but this is what I'm talking about. Like right when we're getting ready to like release a light paper, talking about our next 6 months, like some bitchin' idea comes that we're just like, ooh, but what if? So that's why
idea.
we're taking our time and not like really rushing into anything.
I guess
Yeah,
you'd have to
please,
just
Maddie.
try it, test it, and see if it works. And then if it does, shit, that'd be special.
Please join our Telegram, Maddie. Drop that idea and get some of our guys like excited and cooking about it. That'd be great.
Sure, mate. I'm always on Telegram, so I'll join.
Cool.
Definitely.
Any more questions before we wrap this up for you guys? Right on. Well, Crypto Danks, I really appreciate the time today, man. I thank you for the invite to your community and this opportunity to present for your VIPs. And, hopefully look forward to meeting up with you again soon when we have some more updates to provide. And, again, appreciate your time today.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining.
Thank you to all the listeners as well.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna put this in our VIP only section for viewers who haven't seen it in the group. So, yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time. Thanks for answering the questions, and I'm excited to see what happens. So, until next time, we'll catch you on the next one.